Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Lilbumblebear's Let's Play. In this episode, we are doing the third game in the Nancy Drew series, Message in a Haunted Mansion, made in 2000. In the previous Let's Play, we did Nancy Drew Game 2, Stay Tuned for Danger, so please go check that out. I'm also creating a playlist that's going to have all the different Nancy Drew games. It should be listed in the description box below. You can also just check my playlist in my channel to find the individual Nancy Drew games. I'm planning to do all of them, so if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me your adventures with Nancy Drew games, if you grew up playing them or you're a fan of the series. I would love to meet other Nancy Drew fans out there. And yes, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future Nancy Drew Let's Plays and just other games that I'm going to be doing, because there's so many games I want to share with you guys. Also, I'm a Twitch streamer. My channel is twitch.tv/Lilbumblebear, and I'm going through the Kingdom Hearts series right now. We are on Dream Drop Distance, so make sure you go check that out. If you watch Twitch streams, catch me live Friday and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Say hi to me. I also have social media. I got Twitter and Instagram. It's Lilbumblebear as well, so please follow me on there. But yeah, without further ado, let me introduce my amazing co-hosts tonight, Sunny and Vic. Hello.
Hello, Kristen.
How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Are you ready for some more Nancy Drew?
Yes, I am.
This game should be interesting. I hope you both enjoy it. Also, this is being filmed in front of a live Discord audience in my Discord server. If you would like to be a part of future...
Hello.
If you would like to be a part of future Let's Play recordings, just ask for my Discord and I'll get you in there. It's really fun. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to the Nancy Drew game and let's see if we can solve the mystery of the message in the Haunted Mansion. Here we go. Oh,
Dear Beth, hello from stormy San Francisco. This time I'm staying in a beautiful Victorian mansion. You'd love the room I'm in. It's full of old Chinese furnishings and some interesting knickknacks. The owner of the house, Rose Green, is a friend of Hannah and asked me to come out and help her with some renovation work. She and her friend Abby hope to turn the place into a bed and breakfast by next month. But from what I gathered, Rose isn't sure if she can open in time. Ever since they started the renovations, they've had a lot of accidents. Could it be just bad luck, or is there something more sinister at work? I'm sure I'll find out. Love, Nancy.
It's a ghost.
Alright, so we start off in this bedroom. Many times in the early Nancy Drew games, you start off in a room, and I think in the later games, it's more of a cinematic of where you end up, but we're going to explore a little bit. Ooh, what an ornate bed. Look at this.
That is so ornate.
Yeah. Oh, here's a real mystery. Have we ever seen Kristen and Nancy Drew in the same room before?
Yeah, I'm right here. What are you talking about? You don't see me in the background?
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Alright, we're gonna need something to
imagine.
unstick that. Yeah, see? Oop, where am I? Oh, did you see me? I just passed by. Oh, no. Yeah, wait, hold on. We're gonna go around again. Oh, there I am. Oh, you didn't. Oh, you need to pause the game to see me better. I'm there. Camera's moving so fast.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, we get to control time in this game. We get to
What?
choose when we wake up and go to bed, I think.
We can choose. We can control.
Yeah, we can
have
choose.
all the
So we don't have to wait, like in Stay Tuned for Danger, when we had to wait for the studio to be a certain time to do things.
full power. They sure like their baby dragons.
Ooh, this will be important. I'm gonna
All
take
the
a
nine
take a picture of this. It's the symbol we want, if I remember correctly. Remember this symbol at home, kids.
Tiny symbol.
Yes. Daughters of diligence earn the gold of 9 dragons. So this has a very Chinese theme to it, right?
Yes, lots of Chinese art.
Every game has a theme in Nancy.
I heard it was a Victorian house. I thought they were just gonna go with like a Victorian artscape, but apparently it's like
we're in San
Victorian.
Francisco.
True.
It's locked.
I have the key.
Not your luggage.
Oh yeah, this is a feature Nancy writes in her journal, but how often do we go back and look at this in the game? I doubt very often.
I saw many accidents. I felt that on the road a few days ago. Why so many accidents?
Owner
I don't know,
of
Sunny.
house,
Why is there so
Rose.
many accidents?
So for suspects, all we have
Because
is
people are driving
Rose.
the
She's the owner of the
trash.
house. Isn't
Right, so
Chinatown in San Francisco?
There is a Chinatown in San
So
Francisco.
maybe
Yeah.
that's why this has a Chinese theme? I don't know.
But Vic, to answer the question, is because people who drive on the 99 are trash. I drive.
Listen, my child, to this story of dreams, and know that the beginning is more difficult than it seems. When the 10 daughters are reunited in order, when the 4-sided box loses its border, when the eye of the phoenix is in your hand, when the bird of fire can see again, when the moon sleeps and the sun plays, the king of the sky will shine his ray, and hidden beneath a river of colors will lie a gate to golden wonders.
Ooh, that was
New
very
riddle.
poetic.
Something
Very
about
poetic.
reuniting 9 of some kind of statue, kind of like that one statue we saw earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Something about a 4-sided box, I guess.
Well,
Eye of the Phoenix, Bird of Fire. King of the Sky is probably most likely the moon or sun.
mm-hmm.
And then there's probably some kind of treasure hidden in it. That's my guess. Some kind
Okay.
of puzzle.
I'm gonna take a picture of this because I noticed that the words are highlighted, and I know we just saw
Mhm.
a plaque that had the daughters, so I think it's connected to this somehow. So
It was like the gold of 9 daughters or something like that.
yeah. Wait, so you saw something that had a box? I must have missed it. Did you see?
Oh no, I didn't say there was anything with a box.
Oh, okay.
I was just talking about the riddle.
Oh,
You
okay.
can see some boxes right there.
Okay.
I think that's your luggage, so you know it can count.
That's my luggage, yeah. That's my luggage. I'm gonna save my game. We gotta start a save file right now. Legam.
Lagam.
Legam is here, everyone.
Lagum?
The gum, yes.
Is it experiment?
Yeah.
The game.
Okay, what am I... Okay. It just wants to... Yeah, I don't want to go to my room.
But Mom, I don't want to go to my room.
I'm trying to like see if there are things here we can click on, but I think your room is the only interactive thing. Ooh.
It's stuck.
Okay.
Get some WD-40.
I could unstuck it.
I will. Lube up the screw and then unscrew it.
Can't really do anything over here, but looks like there's things to
No, it's
do.
Can't do anything in the ominous corner of the house. What kind of mystery is this?
I don't know.
Hello, Nancy. I see you've arrived safely from your long journey. But I'm sensing an aura of danger around you. I can tell you're an inquisitive type, a little skeptical, and that you don't believe in ghosts.
And you do?
And you do?
I sense a very strong but restless spirit within these walls, and a restless spirit can soon become an angry spirit.
Okay.
Does your intuition tell you who could be behind these recent accidents?
I'm not sure, but for some reason the name Valdez has a strong connection with this mansion.
Do you have any more information on Mr. Valdez?
Now, if you will please excuse me, I need to prepare myself for this evening. At that time, more will be revealed.
Okay.
You just answered the questions, lady.
I don't
Oh,
know.
boy.
She thinks she
She's a
has some
hippie.
kind of track to the spirit world or something.
No.
So,
boy.
EST.
Yeah.
Boy. Well, this is San Francisco, I guess.
Yep.
I don't want to get lost. It's a big mansion.
The rope is cut.
Oh.
They love you. Sometimes ropes get cut.
Oh, here's Rose.
Oh,
Hello,
do you have a
Nancy.
connection to
I'm
the
very
spirit
glad
world
you
as
could
well?
come out here. We can really use your help, seeing how far we are behind schedule. Are you all ready to do some renovation work?
I sure am. This house must have quite a history. What do you know about it?
Not very much, but Abby found some interesting old papers that might give us clues about the history of the house. They're in the parlor if you want to take a peek. There's also an old-time saloon in the basement, so it's possible the house was once a hotel.
Oh.
Last night, you mentioned some accidents. What exactly happened?
I don't know where to begin. It started out with some small but irritating things. But then the scaffolding collapsed, and just last week we had a gas leak. I really don't know whether I can stand much more of this. I would love to have a week without any accidents.
I can understand your frustration, Rose. Do you think it's just bad luck?
I'm not one to believe in bad luck, but it's been one thing after another. Maybe Charlie doesn't have the expertise for these renovations, but his rates are so affordable. I sometimes wonder, though, if this old house would be worth more burned to the ground. Enough chit-chat. Hannah tells me you're a real pro with puzzles. Take a look in the corner. Those wood tiles should fit inside the inlay pattern of the floor. Abby and I tried for hours, but it's just too complicated. I'm sorry for not introducing you around, but everyone posts their schedule here in the dining room. It's kind of like Command Central. Let me know how far you get with that puzzle. And thanks again for helping us, Nancy.
Okay.
Alright, gang, split up, search for clues.
New American bed and breakfasts. Top 10 tips to sell your B&B. I love design tips.
Renovation disaster. Catnip.
Okay. You'll love the drama this poster bed brings to your bedroom.
A drama?
It's all
Dude,
drama.
I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want drama in my bedroom. I want to go to sleep.
Hey, you need a little drama in the bedroom. Oh, the schedule of all the different people. We've not met Charlie or Louis yet. But these are the times they're around.
They did it.
They did it. Oh, yeah. There you go. He's already starting.
You don't know anything yet.
Whose kid is this?
That kid did it.
Ooh. Rose, I amended your fire insurance policy per your instructions. The property located is now insured for the sum, $1 million
Woof.
against fire and earthquake damage. Wait, would this give
Oh,
her a
San
motive
Francisco.
to want to destroy the house?
It says as the sole benefactor, so take a look for what you will.
When the bird
She did
of
it.
fire can see again.
Oh, it's another symbol. I need to take a picture of that. Okay. I think that's all in here. renovation stuff.
And perfectly good newspapers with that lack of paint.
Oh. Oh, here's the puzzle.
Ooh.
Oh, obviously that goes there, right? It has to light up. Come on. Come on. There. It's one of those geometry puzzles.
Is it just me, or does it just so happen to look like a bird?
Yeah, it looks like a bird.
It does look like a bird.
Specifically, one of those origami type birds.
I'm trying to. Okay. I hope I'm doing this right.
So it's based off that one old Chinese origami puzzle. Or not origami, geometric puzzle.
What are they called?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's like where you have a number of pieces and they can form a perfect square, but like there used to be some kind of like painting, but then it got broken and no one, and the painter couldn't remember what it was supposed to look like.
Oh, okay.
So like there's a whole bunch of different
How's
like
that inlay puzzle coming
iterations of it.
I finished it.
Plus
Wonderful.
rearranged.
But now I've got something else for you. I set up a ladder upstairs so you can chip off the broken tiles on the hallway ceiling. You'll need to look around for a chisel or paint scraper for the job. I'm not sure where Charlie keeps them.
How did you meet Abby?
She was the drama coach back in River Heights, and we
No
worked
wonder.
on a couple of places. My bid on this house was too low, so she pitched in her savings to help me get the place. If it weren't for Abby, I couldn't have afforded this place.
What is Abby planning for tonight?
She's putting on some kind of seance tonight to contact these ghosts or whatever she thinks is causing all of these accidents.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Don't work too hard.
Okay. Yet you're putting me to work.
Uh-huh.
So that doesn't work out, lady. Oh, space it. Well, we need to get this the thing.
Uh-oh. It's got spooks.
Yeah, this is where the body is. How did you know?
Yep. Oh, there's a body in here, ironically.
Scandal, horror, outrage. Oh my!
Increased popularity of stage reviews and decreased charitable contributions, the Ladies Protection Society has announced a shocking new strategy for raising much needed funds for the benefit of widows and orphans in our region. No longer will the good ladies of our society hold garden parties, afternoon teas, or cakewalks to solicit contributions. Instead, these proper wives, daughters, and mothers will act on stage like common troubadours in several popular plays in order to raise money for their good works. As decent gentlemen, we should not allow the fair sex to denigrate themselves to this level of vulgarity. Women belong in the home, not upon the stage.
Yeah! Wait.
No.
That's wrong. That's wrong. I was on the stage a lot growing up, so that's wrong.
Yeah. All wrong. All kinds of wrong.
It's stuck.
Everything is stuck. Do you notice that it's stuck?
Stuck.
It's stuck.
I mean, a little ditty.
There. Hope you enjoyed the song, everyone. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Ooh. What's this? San Francisco's bed and breakfast boom.
I say, Sandy Ward.
Hey!
Ironic.
You should read it.
But my name's not Sandy.
Just do it.
Bay Area has experienced it. I'm not.
Fine. The Bay Area has experienced an increase in the number of registered bed and breakfasts, according to Betsy Hamilton, director of the B&B Association of San Francisco. Okay, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but we get the gist of it. They're booming. They're big and they're booming. They're booming big. They're big
Unfolding
boomers.
houses are vanishing. Hey, it's just like real life.
Yeah. Famous non-alcoholic drinks. Perfect. Oh, it's real recipes. Hey, if you guys want some really nice non-alcoholic drinks for the festive season, check these out.
Remember, this is a family-friendly channel, so we can't show alcohol here.
Yeah. That looks good. Ginger whisper. It's just a whisper of ginger.
It's whispering ginger. Okay.
Welcome to the ASMR Nancy Drew game.
It is ASMR.
I should wait until he leaves.
We
Hi,
can't.
you must be Nancy. My name's Charlie.
Hey, Charlie. What's up,
Well,
Charlie?
much
Nice to meet you. Rose and
It's
Abby
Charlie.
really have their hands full with this house.
Yeah, most of these Victorian mansions need a lot of work. But I don't mind getting my hands dirty, you know? This place will look great once it's finished.
Do you think you'll be open in time with all of these accidents and delays?
Yeah. Well, now that you're here, sure.
You don't sound convinced.
No, I am. I mean, I know Rose is all concerned, but you gotta expect a few things to get out of control with these big projects. Accidents happen, you know?
Why so many
Sure, but
accidents?
why so many?
I have no idea. People are blaming me, but it's not my fault. I know what I'm doing.
It's your fault.
I know how to do this work. Listen, Nancy, I really need to get back to work. I'm repairing some floorboards, so be careful walking around. Rose was looking for you earlier. Maybe she has something for you to do. See ya.
Yeah, she needs me to
We need-
scrape stuff off the ceiling, but I can't with you here.
Wait until
Where's
he
the chisel or
leaves.
paint scraper?
Hey, Nancy, I really need to finish this up.
I can't grab it until he leaves, I think, so we have to come back when he's gone. Ironically. Alright, well, we'll just keep exploring, because I think there's some more stuff we can go check out while we're waiting.
Oh yeah. So, it's good to know.
Wait a second.
Wow, that's a.
Wait, there might be something here, maybe. Oh! Oh!
No, well, we got the.
How did
paint scraper.
Nancy know to move that? How did she know?
You guys need to replace that grandfather clock. I'm just.
It's like, meow, 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 meow. It's kind of, it is sus, isn't it? It's a sus clock.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So a lot of like haunted houses has been confirmed. A lot of the times, what makes it appear creepy is actually like slight hallucinations due to gas and deteriorating appliances and wood,
Oh.
causing mild hallucinations.
Oh, okay.
Spoopy houses aren't so spoopy.
Good to know
It's
when
good to
we
know
need
what's
this. Spoopy houses are spoopy.
Spoopy houses aren't really spoopy; they're just gassy.
Oh. What's this?
Hey, Sunny. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why this is here. It looks really old, though. Really old stuff. Mr. Dear sir, we're pleased to announce your bid for the auction property has been accepted. So someone bought this house?
It's not free real estate.
A long
Yep, in
time ago. Oh, is
1906.
this the deed to the house?
Not necessarily a deed.
Is it worth something to have this?
This house?
No, these papers.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a deed. I don't know. I don't own the property.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a swan
Really?
or some kind of animal. Subterranean San Francisco. Ooh, a labyrinth.
Huh. Interesting.
That is true, though. I think there is supposed to be some kind of labyrinth in San Francisco from way old yonder days.
Oh, really? I don't know much about that. That's interesting.
And then there's supposed to be a lot of them in like Chinatown.
No matter how thoroughly I search in a Nancy Drew game, I feel like I miss things half the time. Like there's something I don't click on or something.
They just put a lot of stuff.
They do.
Some of it's not important, some of it is important.
Ooh, if we need help, we can call Bess or Emily.
But not Boo.
Well, we could call them right now. Let's call home. I think we're gonna get our housekeeper.
Drew residence, Hannah Groon speaking.
Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Nancy, how are you? And how's Rose?
Great. I'm really glad you had Rose invite me out here. Her house is so beautiful.
I'm so happy you're out there. But I'm worried about all the accidents she's having. There's just been so many.
What has Rose said about them?
She doesn't say much, but I know they've become worse and worse. That's one of the reasons why I asked you to visit her, to see if everything is all right.
Do you suspect there's something more to these accidents?
Yeah, a ghost.
I don't know. Rose is under a lot of pressure to open that bread and breakfast on time, and I'm worried that it may be too much for her.
I imagine the mansion was very expensive.
Rose spent her entire life savings on the house. If this doesn't work out, she won't have 30 more years to earn the money back. Well, I should let you get back to your renovation work. Thank you for calling. There's probably no reason for concern. But be on the lookout for anything unusual. Goodbye, dear.
Okay, thanks, Hannah.
Like a ghost.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. George is here. Let me put her on the speakerphone.
Nancy?
Hi, George.
Hey, what's up?
I'm in San Francisco, helping a friend of Hannah's renovate an old Victorian mansion. She wants to open up a bed and breakfast. Unfortunately, some strange accidents have delayed the project.
Uh-oh.
Well, get this. One of the owners, Abby, thinks the place is haunted by a ghost named Valdez.
A ghost? Well, I'm glad I'm not out there.
Sounds like another case is in the works.
So, tell us more about what's been going on.
Do you know anything about the house's history?
I met the resident handyman, Charlie. He's pretty young, and I don't think he has much experience.
Maybe he doesn't charge very much, so he's probably a good bargain for Rose.
Or maybe he's just cute.
Bess, is that all you can think about?
No.
Yes, Ben.
Yes.
Bess is Ben. Ben is. Bess is boy crazy.
Can you guys give me a clue? I'm not sure what to do next.
We'll be more than happy to help.
But it might be more fun to figure it out on your own.
Have you met everyone?
Nah.
See if Rose has any information on whoever is working in the house.
She probably has a schedule on her desk.
Ah, yes, we still have to meet someone, so I was on my way to do that.
I should get going. Talk to you later.
Bye, Nancy!
Let's call Emily, though, while we're here.
I guess the wise Emily.
Mm-hmm.
This is Emily.
Hi, Emily. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew? I haven't heard from you in ages. How's Hannah in River Heights? You're not in San Francisco, are you, my dear?
Actually, I am. I'm helping one of Hannah's friends, Rose Green, renovate this wonderful old Victorian mansion. She wants to open up a bed and breakfast.
Seems to be the trend these days. I'll bet you're staying in the Haight-Ashbury district.
I'm not sure. The place is located on California Lane, 4653.
Cali
Think
represent.
it's the number.
You know, you're lucky you caught me at home. I've been traveling most of these days, but after that crazy tour of Egypt. By the way, riding a camel is not as easy as it looks. My editor gave me an assignment right here in town. It'll be on the Dragons of San Francisco.
A lot of dragons in this house.
I know.
Y'all.
I hope you won't be riding them. What were you doing in Egypt?
Oh, you know, the usual. Pyramids, bazaars, the Sphinx. But what are you up to, Nancy?
Because that's all Egypt
Why'd you
has.
call? Is there anything I can help you out with?
Can you tell me about the Chinese writing system? I seem to come across a lot of Chinese symbols.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. The Chinese have been an important part of San Francisco history for over 100 years. The symbols are called Hanzi, and each one represents a particular thing, or an idea, or an action. You find them all over on business cards, takeout cartons, artwork.
I found some old papers in the house, plus a page from a phone directory dated 1894.
Oh, that sounds valuable. It's hard to find old documents like that before 1906.
Ah, so that box is valuable.
Do you know anything about Valdez?
I don't think so.
Dude.
I should
The
get
thing
going.
is,
Goodbye, Emily.
I hope we'll talk soon.
the thing is, it's so meaningless for that one girl to mention the name Valdez is important because there's so many people named with the last name Valdez.
I know.
It's one of the most common Spanish last names.
Oh, this is too small for me to read. Who's that say it's...
Dear Hugh, I'm doing great. How are you? Yes, I don't know what this is.
The rumors.
Rumors are true. The rumors are true. I bought myself a Victorian mansion. It's funny you should mention Abby. She's actually the one who decided to go on this adventure with me.
Oh, Rose wrote this.
Things still in the we are still in the process of restoring the place. It's a lot of fun, but also a lot of hard work. We're beginning to get a little worried that we'll fall behind schedule if we're not careful. There have been several accidents lately that are interfering with that have interfered with our work. After I don't know what this is. Oh, after you visit, you can stay in the Chinese room. We've just bought some new furniture for the room. We're just waiting for you
For the wallpaper?
the wallpaper to dry before we move everything. And with all of the distractions and the schedule, by the time I finish writing this letter, I'm sure we will have completed the renovations altogether. I'll try to get it all into the mill.
Okay.
The 4?
Oop. Mail.
I'll try to get it into the mail before, and then it just cuts off.
Okay. Weird. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh. How are you doing?
Oh, this is easier to read. This is easier.
It's from Hugh.
Last one. Dear Rose, how are you doing? I haven't gotten messages from you in some time. I hope life is treating you well. Last I heard of you, as I heard of you were in the middle of planning some sort of crazy scheme to buy an old Victorian mansion. So whatever became of that? Did you buy it? Now, how can you afford to do something like that? Who did you find as a partner to help you lead this plan? I hate to admit it, but I haven't been up to a whole lot lately. Life around here has been pretty dull. Nothing too great is happening here. Just a bit of the same old, same old. I need to fall into wealth, fame, and fortune, so I'll have more to write about. How's your cat and that friend of yours, Abby? Last time I spoke, she talked a lot about gold and its great spiritual significance. Maybe I'll follow your lead and take an ambitious project of my own. I could use the money. I've been saving to drive out west to visit you. An adventure on the road could be just the key to motivate me. If some of the rumors I've heard of your buying this house are true, I'll definitely have to come and visit. I'll use the excuse of coming to visit to check out your new investment. I'm learning Chinese and also considering taking a trip to Beijing. A friend of mine sent me a poem she wrote in Chinese the other day. Now I want to go there. Well, enough rambling. I've got to go, but I hope to hear from you soon. Yours truly, Hugh Stradner.
Okay.
So, Abby's interested in gold. That's interesting.
That is interesting. We'll have to take note of that.
Gold. Got it.
We'll have to take note of that. Okay.
She acts like she's just a spiritualist, but she's actually a con artist.
Yeah, probably.
Sister of money. Well, they are.
Oh, he's not here. Oh, I missed him.
Oof.
Well, we'll explore while he's not here anyways.
Let's just snoop around his office.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright. Just taking random things from shelves.
Yep. Occurs in legends of major cultures including Chinese, Arabic, and American Indian. Every 500 years, a bird builds a great nest and sets on fire. Oh, it's talking about phoenix sucker. Oh.
Oh, it's a book about chess.
No. Chess. Why is the knight significant? Oh, time to button mash. Ooh, a mini game.
Do you guys remember the old screensavers?
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved those.
Is that what it's doing, or are you actually controlling?
I'm doing this.
Oh.
But it was like this.
Alright, I remember. My mom's computer had them. It's fun.
Comment down below. Do you remember the cool maze screensaver? Having a Windows XP was my favorite operating system.
P is king. After Vista. Wait, now to solve, you could solve them. You could enter in your credentials, or alternatively, a maze.
Yep. Ooh, I should take a
That's
picture
the
of
worst
this.
security in the world.
I'm gonna take a picture of
That's
this.
horrible security.
Okay.
Look for one.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
See if there's a floppy anywhere.
I'm not seeing anything right now. We may not have what we need yet.
Floppies, man, that's so 90s.
I
Like
know.
aggressively and violently 90s.
Yeah.
And after floppies, you had zip disks.
Theory of music.
Papa's made of 5 ones.
Oh yeah. I'll probably have to take a picture of this too. I don't know, I just feel like everything I need to take a picture of. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is just a structure of a musical piece.
Yeah, but there's a piano in
Unless
the basement.
it might be a cipher.
There is a piano in the basement. That's why I'm thinking we need it.
That'd be a cipher.
Oh, look.
Oh boy.
It won't fit.
I'm missing
Won't
two.
fit.
What won't
It's
fit?
stuck.
I don't know. I'm telling you, Nancy has these phrases. The most popular one is, "It's locked." I'm telling you, they make mugs with that phrase.
Are you sure it's not?
San
It's stuck.
Francisco.
No, believe me.
Applegate.
Bandit's treasure. Okay.
Wow.
When the four-sided
Mahjong.
box loses its border.
Oh, it's the box thing. Remember the box?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those referring to a mahjong piece, huh?
I love Mahjong. I have like a Mahjong app on my device.
I have never played, nor have known anyone who's ever played mahjong.
It's
So for
you
you, I
kidding me?
guess.
I used to, it's on my computer as like one of those games that comes with your operating system. Or something. Ah, what did I tell you? Look,
Oh,
piano.
Here we are. Here we
I
are.
told you. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this tower.
Part of a cipher.
Yep. I got pictures for everything.
You'll look back on your photo history and be like, why did I take pictures of all this?
Well, it's easier than pen and paper if I just have the image in front of me. Oh. Oh, the phone.
Okay.
Lit.
I didn't lit.
Wow.
It's for White Squad.
Lit.
Yeah.
Squad!
If you don't watch my Twitch channel, you guys... Oh.
Okay, they're brown, black-haired George Washington.
Wait. Oh.
That's creepy.
Huh. Oh!
It's missing an eye.
We have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, we have to keep an eye out?
Yeah.
I didn't even try.
But
Oh, funny. I'm funny. Yes, I'm special and loved and funny. Don't forget it, okay? Best mini game.
Yep. Nothing beats the putt-putt game.
It's locked.
See?
It's locked.
That's her famous phrase. You'll notice.
Is your key now? Oh, the key's for your location.
Okay, I need to go talk to what's her face now and tell her, hey, I got your thing done. Where is she? Okay, now I'm just going back to my room.
She's on the bottom floor, isn't she?
Yeah. Okay. I'll just go.
Oh yeah, this lovely grandfather clock.
No.
Probably wouldn't be a bad investment to replace that thing.
That's the basement door. Never mind.
And if you enter, you won't leave.
How are the tiles coming along?
I'm all finished, but you should know what I found.
I'm sure it's very interesting, but unless it's really important, I've got other things to worry about. Let's see. If you're any good at fixing things, there's a dumbwaiter in the hallway that's not working.
Hey, that's an insult. You shouldn't treat them like that.
Those papers that are in the parlor.
That feeling.
She told me they were in her room, which surprised me since it was completely empty when we moved in. Now the room you're staying in was crammed with furniture. I think most of it was original with the house.
How did you find Charlie?
He just showed up one day. It was really
Not very
odd.
rude.
I remember Abby and I were in the basement talking about hiring someone to help us. 20 minutes later, the doorbell rang and there stood Charlie, looking for work.
Interesting.
Very sus.
Have you heard of someone named Lizzie Applegate?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Whose laptop is that in the library?
Lewis leaves it here, but he doesn't like people to use it. He said he's had trouble with viruses lately.
We should get malwarebytes.
Yeah.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Bye, Nancy.
So you know, didn't exist.
Okay, well, so that's it?
Hello.
Okay.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Bye,
Well,
Nancy.
I haven't met the other dude yet, so maybe I need to check the schedule and see when he'll be in. Okay, noon to 5 p.m.
It's just sleeping.
Well, it's 4, so he should be there.
Well, yeah, it's time. What isn't it 4 at? Are you sure it's not 4 at night?
Well, no, because they said tonight we'll be doing something, so why would it be night if it's not night yet? He's gotta be in. Come on. You in here?
Yeah.
Be in here. There you are. There you are. Okay.
Hello. I was so wrapped up in my book, I didn't hear you come in. My name is Lewis Chandler.
Hi,
Chandler.
Startle you.
Hello,
I'm
Lewis.
Nancy Drew. I came out to help Rose and Abby with the renovations.
Yes, well, I'm very glad you're here.
Are you a friend of Rose?
Yes, I'd like to think so, but I'm an antique dealer and a client told me that Rose and Abby had recently acquired the estate. I'm an authority on the Victorian era, so they were only too happy to let me use the library in exchange for my advice on the renovations.
You must know a lot about the house's history.
Actually, I'm a bit in the dark about this particular property. However, as far as Victorian mansions go, I don't see anything remarkable about this one.
A ghost won't like that.
Abby thinks the mansion is haunted.
Does she? There have been documented cases of hauntings in older mansions. And I might add, not all of the hauntings were by friendly spirits.
Do you think a ghost is causing these accidents?
Accidents? I know Rose has mentioned some inconveniences like that wall covering and the light supplies, but I would hardly call those accidents. I'm sorry, but I'm quite busy at the moment, and although I'd like to talk, I really don't have the time. Please, excuse me.
No,
I'm sorry,
my
but
house.
I really must finish my work. Perhaps Abby can assist you. Good day.
Okay.
You know, my house is haunted by a friendly spirit. We game together every night.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I think you should keep that to yourself.
Huh?
I said I think you should keep that to yourself.
Calls me his bro.
Yeah, that's not cool. Alright. Wow. Okay. I don't know what I gotta do. I'll go try talking to what's her face. This thing is creepy. Oh!
Oh.
Was that Charlie? Wait, let's go to the basement. Something's up.
Hey, Nancy. I really need to finish this up. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine.
There's like three. I love how we're suspicious over a little shadow of a person passing by. There's like, was it like 4 people
Yeah.
in this house? So yeah, that's so suspicious.
He stopped by one day to introduce himself.
I just love.
He seemed awfully curious about our property, but he's an antique dealer specializing in the Victorian period. He's been extremely helpful advising us on authentic decor.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
So long.
Okay. I'm gonna save the game now that we've met everyone. And they said there was a seance tonight, so maybe we need to just move the time to be later. Also, let me see when Charlie's not in, because we still have to investigate his area. He is gone by 5.
Dude, on serious note,
It's
I
5.
want to know what the.
It's 5.
Alright, Charlie, trying to get lost.
He should be gone now.
Get lost, Charles.
Ah, he's gone. He's gone.
Wants you around, Charles.
Yeah, Charles. What is this?
Lit.
I don't know. There's just an opening at the table. Oh, a screwdriver!
Yep, we can pick those locks.
Oh yeah. Oh, wasn't there an event in the hallway?
Yeah, there's a vent, that's what it's for.
It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck.
Oh wait.
It's stuck.
Yep.
Girl!
It's stuck.
Okay.
Still stuck.
Okay.
Have you tried, Nancy, have you tried the good old-fashioned brute force method?
No.
Oh, key! I wonder what it's for. Can I go behind the counter? No? Okay, I don't know what the key's for.
had something we couldn't unlock earlier.
Okay.
Is it not the tribe?
Let's see, is there anything?
It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck.
Alright. Gee, Nancy.
Yep.
Get it together here, girl.
That's stuck.
Huh? Oh.
And hidden
On river.
beneath a river of colors.
Another symbol. Okay.
They should really have kept track of like what the symbols were, or what order we found these symbols and what they were attached to.
It sounds like she's reciting the riddle in the room.
Oh, she's reciting the riddle in the room, yes, but like we just want to keep track of like the symbols were associated. What symbols are associated with what?
Okay, well that represents a river. She says the line when we see the symbol.
Right. I just want to keep them in order.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Who saw me in here? Who was it? Who did it? Okay, well, okay, where is the... Here.
You think we can hide for a week?
Oh! There's a speaker hidden in here.
A speaker?
I wonder if they're using that to make this place sound creepy or something. Or if they're listening.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Does it play anything?
No, not that I've heard.
No. Well,
Wait.
I mean, I didn't know if you could click on it.
Okay. Well, let's go see if the key fits this.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, there you go. Okay. Creepy attic. Mysterious storybook. She pushed her auburn hair behind her ear and continued. Okay, this is just some novel. I don't know what that's for, really, but...
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
Okay. Ooh, crowbar. Oh, that might help with the piano.
Yes.
And could we crowbar this open?
It's locked.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, that's creepy. Okay. Newspapers. Interesting. Oh, a tile. Weird to be up here.
Ooh, tile.
Yeah. Don't know why it's up here though. Oh. Well.
Oh. Well.
Yep.
That's no bueno.
No. No bueno at all.
There we go. Okay. What's downstairs? Okay, I have something to fix the dumbbell.
Yay.
We're gonna make it less dumb.
You mean dumb waitress?
Sure.
Not really dumb waitress. Or waiter, dumb waiter, dumb waiter.
Okay. Let's go see if that did something upstairs. Oh, look, a tile.
Hey, another tile.
Oh,
Nice.
When the eye of the phoenix is in your hand.
another one.
Oh. Yep. Another Chinese symbol.
Another one. Okay. I'm gonna try talking to Abigail. I'm waiting for that seance, girlfriend. Also, what are we eating? You're not really feeding us.
Why don't you just order some
The
Chinese food?
spirits wish to speak to you, Nancy. Tonight, I will channel their energies to deliver a message. Meet me down in the basement, if you dare. Please sit down.
We really don't have time for this.
Let us begin. We are gathered here tonight to contact the shades of those who have passed before us. Gaze into the crystal ball. It will answer all of our questions. What's that?
Who has called me forth from the great beyond?
We have. Are you the spirit known as Valdez?
I was once called that in the world of the living.
Are you the spirit who has caused these accidents?
I have come back searching for her, my wife. Where can she be?
The spirits have spoken.
Right there. Your boo's right there.
The seance is over.
We've got a busy day tomorrow, and no more time for these games, Abby. And make sure you blow out the candles on your way up. I don't want to wake up and find the house on fire.
Shout out to the... Whoa. Shout out to the Discord audience. I see we got a beautiful viewer in there. Hello.
Hello.
It's a Spoopy Nancy game indeed. Yes, it is. All right.
Say this.
Okay.
I bet it's from the sound speaker.
Yup. Bruh.
Bro.
Interesting.
You're just upset because her boo broke up with her.
Got no boo no more. You got no boo no more. Your boo is gone. Say so long. Say so long, cause your boo is gone. I can make a song. Is Goober Boy... Nope, he's gone. Alright. Let's do this.
Alright.
It won't fit.
Oh, stop it.
It won't fit.
Here we go. Huh? Ooh.
I ain't going down there without my Scooby snacks.
Nah, you going.
I ain't going down there without my Scooby snacks.
Yeah, yes you are.
Oh,
I ain't going down there without my Scooby snacks.
The crying noise perfectly describes when they're not following Kristen on Twitch. Yes. That's right. But why are we in here?
The painting of a girl. That's what.
A lantern?
And the lamp.
What's this? What? Oh!
Ooh, someone's spying.
Weird. Weird. Okay. Well, we've got a lantern now. I don't know why. But I do know we could probably go down to the basement now. Because we got the crowbar, so we could probably open up the piano.
I'm gonna be rude and shut the
You,
door on
you
us
know
again.
what? Something doesn't set right with me about...
Oh, see what's in there. Oh. Let's play it.
How do I play it? How do I... I don't see anywhere to put this in.
Abby is a little suspicious.
Well, we can almost guarantee now she spoofed the seance.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was equipment under the table. So it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really ever real, just by the way, guys. But anyway.
It's always fake.
Scooby-Doo taught me the real monsters are people.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
So let's start playing some Michael Myers music.
Huh?
I said someone start playing some Michael Myers
What's all
music.
this?
Dear Mom and Dad, sorry I haven't written in a while, but things have really been busy. I'm working now, fixing up an old house. I'm learning a lot, and I'm very proud of the work I'm doing. I'm still between places, so I'll let you know what my address is once I settle down. Say hi to Grandma.
So Charlie is secretly a floppy.
On paper.
El Diablo.
A masked bandit who played the Domingo backup trail between the 18s. The Great Christmas robbery, that he did it? I lost my... That guy stole my Pokemon cards.
Yeah. What is...
The Great
King
King.
of the sky will shine his ray.
You know what this means. Gotta capture it. There we go. Well, does this make Charlie a suspect that he's been lying about where he's staying?
He might be lying about where he's staying, but I don't necessarily know if that means that he's behind all this.
Same.
We see term paper, he's between places, and a history book that's open. I think he's a college student that's trying to make a living as a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's just sleeping in here or something when he can.
What's his name? Luis?
We know his password?
Yes, we do, because I got it on his computer.
Ah.
So... it took a little pic... yeah. Okay. Oh, I need to put the floppy in. Fail. Is it in? Oh. Okay. There.
Minnie, I'll Diablo your salary once we find the bad guy in the story.
Oh.
Fact from fiction. See, I told you, I think he's a college student.
Yeah. Oh, Valdez.
Okay, maybe he is working with them. Maybe.
Valdez Family Ranch. Interesting.
There's actually a possibility he might be working with her, maybe, or that, or Abby came upon some of his information, or heard him talking about it.
Maybe.
So count the name Valdez. It's possible. But Abby is suspicious just because of that setup under the sands.
True. And she was more than willing to help finance buying this place. Oh yeah, let's go back to the piano. In the basement.
It's stuck.
Really?
Oh. Try the old key.
It's stuck.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try to go talk to some people, figure something out, because I don't know what I don't have. Like, really? The crowbar didn't do anything? How would I open a stuck piano?
It's a freaking crowbar.
Oh, Rose is gone.
Rose is gone. That's suspicious. Well, let's see what she has written down. Pay bills, transfer money, checking, or just a typical laundry list of things to do. And there's insurance. Oh, for instance, yes. Would not like to raise your insurance policy premiums. Must examine this option if these accidents continue. We are also delaying any payments to send our building inspector to examine the property to determine if you and the renovation with this. The insurance company's barking up her, but that's expected.
Oh, it's from Louise Chandler. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, she's not here.
For her stuff.
Well, we just did. I don't think they're letting us look at much
there's a
else.
purse right there.
I can't.
I know we can't
can't.
go through it.
Let me see my stuff here. I'm gonna try calling Bess and George and see if they have a little direction they can point me in. If not,
I don't know about that phone call.
the creepy phone call.
Yeah.
I
weird,
don't
creepy,
know.
fast forwarded phone call. Have you ever played a game where you can make a phone call, Chris, and type in?
This is Bess.
And George.
Hello, you two. Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Rose is really lucky. This antique dealer, Louis Chandler, is helping her out, although he doesn't know very much about the house's history.
That makes sense. If the house was built before 1906, most of its records were probably destroyed in the earthquake.
But wouldn't he know at least something about it if he's some kind of expert on old things?
I'm sure he knows a lot about old stuff, just not architecture or houses.
Abby hosted a seance and contacted the spirit who's haunting the house.
Did you actually see the ghost?
Yeah, right. I'm sure it was some kind of trick.
Abby sounds suspicious.
Yeah, maybe she's hiding something. She probably knows more about the house than she's admitting.
I found a secret room in the basement, and it looks like someone is living there.
Who could it be?
Probably Charlie. Doesn't he spend most of his time down there?
Look around for clues. Who knows what he's up to?
I found a hidden passageway in the library.
Really?
Now you can spy on people.
Yeah, and see who's reading what.
Or get a good look at the resident ghost.
Can you guys give me a clue? I'm not sure what to do next.
Open up that old desk in the attic.
Find a tool in the basement to help you pry open that loose bedpost in your room. It might contain the key to the desk.
Oh, we forgot about the bedpost in my room.
Hi, Nancy.
We totally forgot about that bedpost at the very beginning. Thanks, Bess and George. I would have never thought of that. Or it might have taken me a while. Creaky, creaky.
Not so good for sneaky.
No. No.
Oh, shut up, recording.
I think he needs some Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, I sound like that if I'm, in some gut pain.
Oh.
Ooh la la. Like how they just knew.
They just knew. They just knew.
They're the ones who actually did it.
Wait, who's they?
Bess and George.
Do you hear snoring?
Yeah.
I think that's Abby. Abby's snoring.
Man, she a snorer.
It's locked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's locked, just so you know, Kristen. By the way, Kristen's locked.
Oh, okay. Is that Applegate girl again?
Probably.
Did she live here?
Maybe.
Oh, I can't make that out.
Yeah, I gotta read that.
Nope.
Dear.
This letter shall. Oh, go for it.
That letter shall this or that as an introduction from my faithful employee Wing Tang, who has been in my service 10 years.
Whatever, something, and
Oh, this is from Valdez.
oh.
Okay.
Well, there was a guy named Wang Tang who worked with him.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, wait, open it up again. Beginning.
I know that the beginning is more difficult than it seems.
Oh, it's another symbol for us to look at. Okay. Got it. Okay. Music?
There's something hidden here.
Await in River Point.
Oh, do you see the music notes? The highlighted, there's 5 of them. Alright, we're gonna have to do a little bit of figuring stuff out here. I'm gonna have to take a picture.
Make a snippet.
Okay, there's only 5 keys. I'm gonna have to refer to other notes.
Yeah, this might this might unlock the piano.
You think? Oh!
Maybe.
Okay. Good idea.
The tale of abandoned so and how it came to be. The rolling dreams of blissful love soon filled with oh my love. Far and fast from me, I'll wait in Yerba Buena town high outside above the sea. I traveled far as the golden gate where I held your treasures to. It's just the lyrics of the song.
Oh, okay.
Is there more to this music than what I'm seeing?
Who knows, my girl? Who knows? Okay. Some kind of play. Alright, well, let's go to the piano. Yeah, she's snoring. How funny. Okay. No. Wait. Oh!
Oh, hey.
Bandits.
My love, here is a key you'll need.
Oh! I think I know what we have to do with this.
What's up?
Can you guess what we have to do with it? Do you have any idea what we're going to use this for?
Fuck, I should.
No? Okay. I guess you're just going to see.
Oh, I see.
What does it say? Find.
Cipher again.
Find.
Diagon.
Find under stairs.
Find Diego on yeah.
Okay. Stairs.
Find Diego on stairs. Okay.
On stairs. What does that mean? You know what?
Find Diego on stairs.
We've not been able to snoop through Abby's room at all. I just realized. We need to look through her stuff. Let's go.
She does spend time.
We need.
Time she does seance.
Let's go to the stairs while we're at it. Is it E, Geo? Coins? False? Floor? Coins false floor? What? What is... I can't... What does that say?
I can't make that out.
Sunny? Sunny?
My mic's off for some reason. I've waited so long for your return, but have kept our treasure true. Here is the tool you'll need to find it. May your, I don't know what this is, never run out of luck. The stars and moon will shine on you as you begin your quest. Travel to the corner first. Visit all from east to west. Then, I don't know what that says.
Journey back into the center.
Then journey back to the center, where you will surely see the sunshine over all the land in perfect harmony. This is kind of similar to that one poem.
Yeah.
Or riddle.
Okay. I want to save the game.
Creepy music.
I know. As a kid, this freaked me out. I never liked it. Oh, my first Nancy Drew game traumatized me. It'll be fun when we play that one. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, I hate it. I'm gonna play it on. I'm gonna play it on the channel, but I hate it.
Is it like is it scary or like
it's
just like a bad game, like not?
No, it's the premise of a kidnapping that takes place in a theater. It's called The Final Scene. You'll see, it was my first game at a very young age, and I wasn't old enough to deal with a kidnapping storyline, I guess. So it's just one of those games where I'm just like, whoa. It's gonna be fun, you guys will love it. I'll just be, hyperventilating in the corner, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, nothing there. Okay, you know what, we need to go check the schedule and see when Abby is gone. I think that's what it wants us to do. Look at what she has. Cause, yeah.
Found some clues.
Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. We're gonna look at the schedule.
Like a poem about treasure. Which is probably what people call them in this ruckus one.
Abby.
Isn't always
Out from 3 to 6. Okay. Perfect. Out from 3 to 6. Well, we know when to wake up.
Yeah, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Time to take a nap.
do you wanna?
Oh, I wonder if Nancy's journal. Faked. Look, right there, faked.
Yup.
Treasure in-house. From E to Diego treasure poem. Who's who? Sounds hoax. History student. There it is. See, history student.
Yeah.
Louise, antique dealer, hotel list on laptop. Interesting. Has a hotel list.
You didn't see that? We were looking through it.
I did. I didn't remember. I guess. I didn't catch it.
Okay, well, we're gonna. Oh.
Uh-oh. Leave this mansion now.
Wow.
Or else. Honestly, if someone does that in a situation like this, I'll just open the door and see what it is.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's do some snooping.
This is about as much as I expected.
Wow, she really is a hippie.
Mystic music. They play mystic music. Because mastering the art of illusion. Just the turn of the century, none was as famous as Madame Artagnan, noted for her spider sapphire bracelets and heavy Russian accent. In her memoirs, Adia is spider Kennedy. Madame Artagnan revealed her secrets. For her, creating an atmosphere of illusion was just as important as the illusion itself. The best illustrations were the best illusions were those that were created over a period of time or anticipated by the audience. As an illusionist, you must be aware of the influence that you have on the audience's perception of the events you create. Always establish an aura of intrigue and mystery about yourself. To talk with your audience, try to plant the seeds of illusion in the receiver's mind. Remember, illusions are about control, and you must always strive to maintain this control.
Oh man, I'm not leaving the mansion, Minnie. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Alright. Okay, we're gonna close this. Oh!
Whoa. Interesting.
So she can look through the mirror on the wall. Oh look, another grate. I bet that's where she puts the speakers.
Yeah. What is with that sculpture? Sculpture.
I think that's your
Oh,
pressure
is that how they
points.
keep? It might be how they like.
Oh, dude, the hand reading.
The Chinese telescope is organized on a 12-year cycle, with each year assigned to a certain animal.
Oh, I think I'm
Order
gonna
of these
take a
animals
picture of
is
this.
Clear. Many believe that they were named by Buddha. Before he departed from Earth, he summoned all the animals, but only 12 came to bid him farewell. As a reward, he named a year of each one in the order they arrived. First came the rat, then the ox, the tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, crow, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and boar. Thus, we have 12 signs today.
Oh, the gift they posted when Kristen leaves. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Okay, let's keep looking. There's her shirt just hanging over the... Ooh, fortune telling.
Business popularity.
Her Interactive Publishing. Funny. That's the name of the company.
Huh.
Ooh, hell, who's this handsome fella? Must be her beau.
Does he know he's dating a criminal?
Maybe.
Probably. Alright.
When the
Moon
sleeps
incense.
and the sun
Oh.
plays.
Oh, it's one of those symbols. I'm finding
See?
symbols everywhere. Okay. That must be her son right there. That kid of that picture of that kid right there. I used to have one of these in my room as a kid, but it was fish. I really liked it a lot.
Sometimes that's right. They just allow you to zoom in on things just so you can see the scene.
Yeah.
Old West romances.
Ooh.
I guess this might be how she knows about.
Oh, look, El Diablo fell madly in love with Lizzie Applegate.
That's how she knows about it.
Yeah. Interesting. The Christmas gold robbery.
Yeah, but they took my Pokemon cards.
Yeah. So she's been reading on it.
And she knows someone who's a pilot.
Something's missing here. Something's missing here.
I don't know.
On that vanity back there was a
Oh, there was something there.
Like no, not that one. The it allowed you to zoom in on like the little drawer underneath. I wonder if you can open it.
What vanity? Okay, hold on.
Oh, just scroll back the green one. That one. That table.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! You already went through it. Never mind.
Yeah.
My bad. Thought you didn't for some reason.
It's okay.
My B.
Oh, found it.
There's the thing.
Okay.
Trying to see what implicating things we can find in there. A whole bunch of audio equipment.
Oh, whoa.
A whole lot of audio equipment.
Ooh.
You should pick it up. You should pick up the microphone and say, "We've caught you."
She's been doing this.
Yep. Told you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
She did the phone call.
I see you.
Wow.
That guy needs some Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, he really does. Oh.
Who has called me forth from the great
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
She recorded it. She recorded it.
That's why you always have to interject when you're in a seance. You should always interject into ghost speeches during a seance. Let that be known.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well.
So there's two doors.
The spider so Abby doesn't suspect anything.
Oh, do I? Okay, good idea.
Before you leave, there's actually two. You know, there's that second door. One of us in there.
Oh, could we go in there? I thought that was the bathroom.
Well, who knows what she keeps in the bathroom? Nope, never mind.
Oh, you know, toothpaste, murder weapons, you know, normal stuff. Sonny, you know this. Okay, let's save.
Yeah, that's what I keep in mind. Awkward silences after admitting that is perfect.
I don't know what we should do next.
We have like more than enough like evidence to implicate Abby. To what's her name?
Rose?
I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's talk to Rose.
Hello.
Okay, never mind.
Rainbow designs in the house?
Rainbows? No. Not that I can remember.
Okay.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
So long.
Well, that didn't work.
Nancy Drew.
Okay, let me look at Lewis's. I think it's noon to 5 p.m. So he'd be in there. We should go talk to him.
Then, before he arrives, spy on him.
Okay. Uh-oh. What's going on? What happened?
Fire! There be a fire.
The papers!
Fire!
Yeah, no kidding. There's a fire. Get out!
All the valuable papers were in there. Oh man.
I talked to everybody in the house, and none of them can figure out what caused the fire. Maybe I should take Lewis's advice and cut my losses before it's too late.
Lewis.
What advice?
What advice?
He has a client who might want to buy the place. Someone with more experience and money to finish all of the renovations.
Sus.
What did the fire department say?
They think the fire was caused by sparks from the fireplace, since it doesn't have a screen. And I specifically told Charlie to buy one. How could he have forgotten? No. I am bound and determined to stick with this house no matter what. Nothing can drive me away. I don't care if it's fires, earthquakes, or Mr. Valdez with his gang of ghosts.
Excuse me for prying, but why did you spend so much money to insure the house against fire?
For protection. I've put my entire life savings into this house, and if it goes up in smoke, I'll lose everything.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Bye.
You know, I know that Charlie is going to be a history student, but he isn't necessarily out of the clear.
No,
Should we go talk to
he's
him?
not.
We should go talk to him.
Yeah.
He should still be here.
I mean, he's obviously not experienced, so I mean, him just slacking up putting a fireplace screen up was possible, but...
Hey, Nancy. I hear there's been another accident. You've got to believe me, I didn't have anything to do with it. I just hope Rose doesn't blame me for this one.
Rose mentioned the fire screen you were supposed to get.
But I did buy it. Lewis told me that it was the wrong type and said he'd get another one, so I returned it.
Lewis?
Okay. There's a common thread.
So Lewis stopped the fire screen. That's weird.
There's a
And
common
that's
thread.
all there is to it?
Everyone thinks I'm causing these accidents because I was always the last one there. But I had nothing to do with them. I can tell you this. There's something unusual going on in this house.
So, do you have any proof?
I'd better not say any more. Sorry.
Have you met Lewis Chandler? What do you know about him?
He's an antique dealer, I think. I guess he does consulting work for Rose, like on Victorian furnishings and stuff.
How do you like working for Abby?
She's not bad. She can be a little weird. I think she gets on Rose's nerves sometimes.
What do you mean?
She always does a disappearing act whenever Rose needs her to do some work. And I think Rose is sort of hatty, you know?
Abby thinks the house is haunted. Do you?
I'm not sure. Let's just say I wouldn't rule it out. But that's Abby's department, not mine.
Charlie, I found this diskette. I think it's yours.
I was wondering where it was. Thanks a lot, Nancy. Luckily, I had a backup at the school.
That must be an interesting paper you're writing.
I just started to write it, so I don't know very much about the robbery. It's hard to separate fact from fiction, especially when most of the information is based on rumors.
Whatever happened to the gold?
Nobody knows. Some historians say that the bank faked the robbery to collect the insurance money.
Was it El Diablo who stole the gold? Or someone else?
It was definitely El Diablo, but no one knows who he was. In my opinion, El Diablo never existed. He was a composite of different outlaws from that era.
Who was the last person you saw in the parlor before the fire?
I've been working mostly in the basement, but I think I saw Abby go through those papers right before the fire.
Had you come across any hidden passageways down here?
You mean like a trapdoor leading to a room with skeletons or something?
Wow.
I haven't.
You haven't? You sound like a billion.
In the Chinese room.
What?
I've never seen anything like that. It almost sounds like there's a hidden message in there, you know?
Okay.
I'll let you get back to your renovation.
Thanks.
What time
Like
is
a
it?
billion trapdoors here, dude.
Oh, Lewis is probably gone. It's already 5 o'clock. We're gonna have to set the time back. We're gonna go to bed and wake up at noon. Party!
Watch there be another letter. The ominous message.
You think it's gonna be another letter, do you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Get out.
Yeah, no, we'll say Vic and Sonny, where's my Pop-Tarts? That's what we'll say. We'll set it to 2. It says he's there from noon to 5. That'll give us some time. Ugh, I'm up. Hey, good morning, everyone. What's up? I wish they had catering. I could use some food I haven't eaten in a couple days.
Why don't we talk to Abby?
Oh! Oh, yeah, she's probably still there. She hasn't left yet.
Miss
Thang.
Pyro.
Hi, Nancy. I can't believe we had a fire. I can't believe it. I bet Charlie was down there before it started.
Why do you say that?
Because he's always around at the scene of these accidents. I told Rose to fire him, but she won't listen to me.
What kind of person is Charlie? He seems to feel bad about all of these mishaps.
Ugh, it's clear to me that Charlie's totally responsible for the accidents. Who else could it have been? He's a really nice kid, but he has no idea what he's doing. Unfortunately, Rose doesn't want to fire him. And there's something suspicious about him.
Pretty quick to implicate him.
Sonny, Minnie needs Pop-Tarts. Could you get on that, please?
What do you mean?
I'll have one of my
interns working for over an hour, and suddenly he sneaks up on me. I bet he was down there the whole time, watching me.
Have you seen the poem in my room?
Oh, I love that poem. Listen, my child, to this story of dreams. How does the rest go? It was there when we bought the place.
Do you know much about Louis? It must be great having your own expert on Victorians.
He owns Chandler Interiors, a very reputable antique store. I'm sure his clients will be quite interested in our bed and breakfast once they hear about our resident ghost.
How long have you known Rose?
A couple of years. She has good business sense, but I think she needs to think more about advertising. Otherwise, we're just like all the other B&Bs in this town, and believe me, there's plenty of them.
I saw those papers in the parlor. Where did you find them?
Right in my room. They're so vintage. I'm going to ask Louis if he can get me some antique frames for them. Rose and I can use the letters in our historical display.
Was there anything about the house in them?
I don't think so. I really didn't go through them that much. I did find this old picture of a woman dressed in men's clothing. I think it was taken in the entryway by the staircase. I sent it to a photographer to have it restored.
Do you have any idea who this woman might be?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Does Charlie live around here?
I'm not sure. He said he's between apartments. I think he said he's staying with friends until he can find a place of his own.
Is Charlie from the Bay Area?
I don't know. You might want to ask Rose. He doesn't talk much about his private life.
Between apartments? That seems kind of odd.
Not for San Francisco. Rents are really high, and there are so many kids thinking they can find cheap housing out here. It's sad to say, but a lot of them end up on the streets.
Did the house come with a lot of furniture?
There were a lot of pieces and knickknacks left behind, like the books in the study, your bed. I think it was too large to take out of the room.
I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Ta-ta for now.
What are your thoughts after talking to Abby?
Sus. Very quick to implicate.
Very sus.
Charlie.
Very sus. Very, very sus. I agreed. Now let's see if we can somehow spy on... Oh. Wrong way. Let's see if we can spy on Louis.
Isn't he here?
What?
Right now?
What?
Isn't he there, like, right now?
I think they... Oh, great.
Noon to 5, remember?
Ah, Nancy. What a shame to have lost those papers.
Oh, let's talk to him
and
anyways.
to think that we almost lost the house. Rose is very fortunate to have you here.
Did you hear anything in the parlor before the fire started?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm somewhat isolated here. With these thick walls, I barely hear anything.
Were the papers very valuable?
Not for my purposes, no. But they must have had some sentimental value.
I was wondering whether you knew anything about someone named E. Valdez.
E. Valdez. No, I've never heard of that name. But I'll jot it down and let you know if I come across it anywhere.
Okay. Is it just me or his eyes really creepy?
It is.
Okay.
What kind
Very
of
squinty
antique
eyes.
store do you own?
Yeah.
It's a gallery, not a store. And it's called Chandler Interiors, specializing in the Victorian period. I have clients from all over the world, and if I don't have what they're looking for, I find it.
Do you know why the fireplace in the parlor didn't have a screen?
No, I don't. Now I remember. I was to purchase an antique fire screen, but never found a suitable match. I feel just terrible. I must apologize to Rose about this.
Was this house once a hotel?
That's hard to say. The house has been renovated many times, but several of its original features, such as the saloon and staircase, seem to indicate that it may have been a hotel. Unfortunately, there are no records on this house before 1906.
Do you think Rose should sell the house?
I leave that decision up to her. She's put an extraordinary amount of time and money into it, and I'm not sure if she can afford what it'll take to complete the renovations. But whatever her decision, I will assist her however I can.
Do you know who Lizzie Applegate was?
Yes, I certainly do. She was a very popular actress in the late 1800s. She was very generous and left all of her money to the Ladies' Protection Society.
What was the Ladies' Protection Society?
A popular charity in the early 1900s. They helped widows and orphans.
Have you seen the poem in my room?
Oh, that one. Yes, it's just some cheap Chinatown souvenir.
Do you know what a phoenix is?
Yes, it's a mythical bird-like creature that builds a nest every 500 years and then sets itself on fire to rise forth reborn from its ashes. It's a very popular symbol in the Bay Area. In fact, there's one on the main staircase.
I haven't found a side.
Charlie is doing a good job.
We haven't.
Certainly. He's rough around the edges, but he's reliable and learns very quickly. He's just what Rose and I need.
Did Lizzie ever wear men's clothing?
I'm sure she played some roles where she had to dress as a man, but she was quite an elegant woman, quite fashionable for her time.
I won't keep you any longer.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'm gonna call Bess and George and see if they can point me in the right direction of what to do from here.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
What's up?
You'll never believe this, but things have gotten even more complicated. I found some clues that there might be buried treasure in the house.
Wow! Oh, Nancy, it sounds like you've got a real case on your hands. How can we help?
There was a small fire in the house, but luckily I put it out. But the old papers that Abby found were destroyed.
Things are really starting to heat up, Nancy.
Ugh, and so are the bad puns.
Why would someone want to burn those papers?
I bet there was something in them that was important.
I'd take another look at the scene of the fire for any clues.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Ooh, yeah, we should do that.
Can you guys give me a clue? I'm not sure what to do next.
Look and see if Rose has Lewis's schedule on her desk. Enter the secret passageway right before he comes in and see what he's up to.
That's basically what we're trying to
Talk to
do.
you later.
Bye, Nancy!
Yeah, you just had the times flopped.
Alright, let's go look at that scene of the crime, though. Let's see if we see anything. No. It's all destroyed. There was nothing...
It has to be that letter. Snippets of letter. I don't know. Maybe enough rambling already.
Huh.
Oh, this
What?
is that letter. This is that letter that was next to the phone.
Oh, weird. What's it doing in the box? It was on the desk. That's odd. Yeah, wasn't this over here? Right? Uh-huh. It's gone. It was in there.
Interesting. That's weird.
That's
it's actually
weird.
A little weird because I feel to see how they're connected.
Okay. Well, Lewis enters around noon. So maybe we set the clock to...
Well, excuse me for trying to find some ways to promote this place. It's good business sense.
Well, I guess we won't have to worry about advertising if the mansion burns down.
You've given up. You want the mansion to burn to the ground. That way you won't have to worry about losing your investment. You'll just collect the insurance.
How dare you? Are you accusing me of fraud?
I'm sorry, Rose. I don't know. It's just all these accidents and now this. I know you're dedicated to this house. I'm sorry for doubting you.
Let's just finish up these curtains. I think the stress of the last few weeks has finally gotten the better of us.
That was an interesting conversation between them.
Yeah.
They're starting to get on each other's nerves, I can tell. Okay. He comes in at 12. Let's see if the game gives us a little elbow room to, like, maybe he's running a few minutes late. If not, we'll set it to 11 and just sit there, I guess. Is he...
Figured as much.
Okay, let's try 11. Let's just try 11 o'clock and see if that works. That'll probably be it, because, I mean, we can't control the exact minutes, just the hour. So, okay. We're going to sleep 1 hour backwards.
Yay. Yay.
Have you ever woke up an hour before you got up?
Yes.
It's called sleeping backwards. You reverse time as you sleep.
Yeah, except the only thing is you wake up like tired, not rested.
Okay, okay. Okay. Hope this works.
It came in.
Lewis is up to something.
He's looking for a book.
Aha! That's it!
Aha!
Are you in there?
I'll be right there.
What
He's hiding something in his briefcase.
Interesting.
All right.
Well, let's save the game. Believe me, I've never been a fan of the song, okay? Many of us growing up thought it was a little ominous, okay? It was like, what the heck, Her Interactive? Alright. I took a photo of all the passcodes, so I know the numbers.
Okay. You should make this music the new menu music. I represent a client who would like to sell their collection of post-workable bullion. The client wishes to remain anonymous during all business transactions that determine the nature of their collection. For I can gather, the client possesses approximately 50,000 On circulating bank standard gold coins dated between 1878 and 1880 have been issued by one of the 5 major banks that were located in California at that time. These contracts were okay.
What are you doing in
What happened?
Okay, we need to be faster. We need to be faster. We'll be faster, okay?
Now you won't be able to solve the mystery.
Better luck next time, I guess.
That's too bad. And to think you could have saved the day.
And helped out Rose.
I know. If only I had another chance. I'd be a lot more careful the next time around.
If only I had a second chance.
Nope, but you don't. End of the game.
You thought.
I did not.
We're gonna have to be super fast. We're on a timer.
I guess we just need to see what the book is.
Okay. Gotta click the letter. Ooh, cool. Letter. Rick Arlen! Rick has renewed his contract. It's very difficult to see my life. Rumors but personal, however, Rick is now the producer. Neither Rick nor the shoes had a comment. Okay. Miss Drew. Wrong voices. What's this?
Gumbo Foo? What's that?
Gumbo Foo? Oh, that's Wingtang!
Wingtang. When I was just 19, I worked as a gardener on the Transcontinental Road and saw 2 great rows meet to Gold Spike. Came back to San Francisco and worked as a chef from Miss Applegate for many years at the hotel. Chinois, then the Golden Gardenia, which
I remember
called
the Great
Gumbo
Earthquake
Foo.
House destroyed so many
Interesting. So maybe this was actually a hotel.
Okay. We did what we gotta do. Let's just leave.
Run.
Okay. Let's call Emily.
Emily Foxworth speaking.
Hello, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Nancy. How's your case coming along?
Oh, we could talk to her about some stuff.
Have you ever heard of the Ladies Protection Society?
No, but it sounds like some turn-of-the-century charity. There were all these private agencies that helped out widows and orphans before the government took on that role.
Okay.
What do you know about
We just
the
assumed she'd know
Bandit's
anything
Treasure?
about that.
Bandit's Treasure. Oh, you mean the play? The Rep did a season where they performed old local plays, including the Bandit's Treasure. I've never seen it, but I hear the music is fantastic.
Have you heard of an antique dealer named Louis Chandler?
Nope, never heard of him.
Have you heard of an actress, Lizzie Applegate?
Oh, sure. She was a good friend of Lotta Crabtree, another popular actress in the late 1800s. As I recall, she opened up a big hotel. What was it called? The Hotel Mandrake or the Oriental? I forget.
Was it in this neighborhood? Is it still around?
Oh no, this one was downtown. It was very big, but I think it burned down.
Have you ever come across hidden rooms in Victorian mansions?
No, but I've read that many houses were only partially rebuilt after the Great Earthquake, closing off damaged rooms from the rest of the house.
Do you know what the words gumbo foo mean?
Sounds Chinese to me. Why don't you ask everyone what they think it means? It may have something to do with the house. In the meantime, I'll ask my friends about it. Gumbo Foo.
Do you know where
Don't open and shut the door.
Town is?
I think that was Lewis
That's what
going in his
San Francisco was
office.
called back during
Probably.
the Spanish colonial period, but no one calls it that anymore.
Tell me about the Spanish and San Francisco.
Oh, you could write a book on that. The Spanish were the first Europeans to settle this area during the 1700s, and it stayed that way until after the Mexican-American War when it was handed over to the United States. It couldn't have happened at a better time because gold was discovered outside the city not more than 2 years later.
With all of that gold around, I'd imagine there's a lot of buried treasure in this town.
Yeah, you'd think that, but I've never heard of any in San Francisco, except for Treasure Island out in the bay. But that's named after the book, not some legend.
I should get going. Goodbye, Emily.
I hope we'll talk soon.
Okay, well, let's go talk to Louis. Since he has the book, maybe he knows what it's about. Oh, that wasn't him. Oh.
He's still not here. Weird.
Weird.
They said they made a fuss. We were around for too long.
Okay, well, maybe we need to, like, come back the next day at 12 and talk to him.
Maybe you need to talk to, or maybe he's still talking with what's her name?
Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have such a weird sleep schedule in this game.
I know, I'm just gonna...
Oh, such a weird sleep schedule. We're awake for like 2 hours of the day.
There you are.
Yes, Nancy.
Out there, Mr. Suspicious.
Do you know what gumbo foo means?
Where did you hear that?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it.
I came across it in a book.
No doubt the book I have locked in my briefcase. I thought someone had been in there. I think I'll need to have a word with Rose about this.
Nancy, I'm ashamed of you.
Oh,
Everyone
boy.
in this house expects some degree of privacy, and you have obviously violated that trust. Your behavior is completely unacceptable. No arguments. I cannot stand to have someone so inconsiderate in my house. I've arranged for Abby to drop
I
you
did
off
this
at
on
the airport.
purpose, just to show you.
I'm sorry it has to
Alright.
work out this way. Goodbye.
So wait, wouldn't this be a third chance?
This is a different
Yes,
situation. It's still a second
Do you
chance.
know what gumbo foo means?
Where did you hear that?
In a book.
I've read about it in a magazine.
I see. As I recall, it means House of Great Books. After the Great Earthquake, many books and documents were stored in private homes to save them from the fires. The Chinese called those houses gumbo fu.
Interesting. House of Great Books.
I won't keep you any longer.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm not sure what to do with that.
Why was he so interested? He had to be secret.
Who knows?
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hello, what's new?
Do either of you know what gumbo foo means?
It sounds Chinese.
Call Emily. She'll know.
Already did. She doesn't know.
I'm not sure what to do next.
Talk to people about that gumbo food.
Then check to see what Rose has to say.
I should
Okay.
get going. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Alright. Well, Lewis already told us essentially what it was, so I guess we just have to go tell Rose about some gumbo food, which sounds like a menu item.
It's because of the gumbo.
Hello.
Gumbo is, you know, like a soup.
Are you missing any papers?
Funny you should ask. Yes, I did misplace some old letters, but I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Oh, they
It
did.
burned.
Do you know what gumbo foo means?
No, not that I can remember.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
So long.
Oh, I guess they really want us to ask everyone. Okay. Well,
Well, at least Charlie and
Charlie might know. Maybe he has
Charles.
Hi, Nancy. What's up?
Do you know what the words gumbo foo mean?
I'm not sure. I've never heard that before.
I'll let you get back to your renovation.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
We
Bye.
could go ask Abby if she knows what some gumbo is.
So was the Rick Arlen thing in that guy's newspaper literally just a callback to their first game?
Yeah,
Or,
sometimes
not first,
Nancy Drew games do refer back to each other.
I love. Why is he interested?
What?
Why is the historian guy interested?
I don't know.
Hello.
Do you know what gumbo foo means?
Gumbo foo? I love gumbo. What kind of gumbo is gumbo foo?
Oh.
I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Alright.
Have a
Wow.
celestial day.
I hate that me and Abby have something in common. You suck, Abby. No. Well, okay, be honest. Who do you think it is right now? Do you guys have a culprit in mind right now?
Abby.
Abby is definitely up there. It's just really weird that she has a whole
I'm glad you dropped by. You know, I wanted to tell you that you'll be alone in the house for a while. Everyone is going to the winter festival, and Charlie's studying for finals. I also took down one of the tapestries in your room for dry cleaning, and what was the other thing? Oh, a messenger dropped off a letter for you. I put it in your room.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Let's see what that letter is. I'm sure it's very threatening.
Okay. We will.
Abby is suspicious with the recording equipment.
So you guys are thinking Abby.
So is Louis.
Where is...
I want to rule out Charlie. But...
Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, here it is.
Emily.
Okay.
Let's off myself from all the good food. I'm frustrated. My friend about gumbo food showed me that it means Gold Treasure Mansion.
Oh, he lied. He lied.
He lied.
Wow. Okay. Did she say they took a tapestry down to have washed? I don't see.
Yes.
I don't see where it was.
What was the tapestry they took down? Keep scrolling. Oh, you want to know something? I just realized it's interesting. Everyone liked the poem except for Louis, who thought it was a cheap Chinese souvenir.
Well, I did take a photo of that book that listed the different animals in the room.
Try punching in order.
So maybe I'll punch them in order. Okay. Okay, first came the rat. Then the ox. Oh no, is this the ox? Then the tiger. Rabbit. Dragon. Snake. Horse. Oh, this was the ox. This was the ox. I did it wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry. Okay, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, boar.
All right. I think now you have these putting the symbols in order.
Oh, is this the poem?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting. He thought it was so cheap.
Okay. Oh, oops. I gotta put it back in again. I'm sorry. I thought I could go look at the poem, then I realized I had a picture of it that I took, but then I had to, okay, sorry. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. I'll go look at the poem that we took at the very beginning of the game. Alright. Listen, my child. Did we find the... I'm just gonna have to wing this. I don't think we found... We found a lot, though. But...
If you don't have them all, if you're missing too many to go, like, wing it.
I'm gonna try to wing this.
Maybe try looking out someone.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to wing this. If I can remember. Oh!
Nice. Interesting.
Huh?
East will and testament for the estate of Elizabeth Applegate Valdez. Dear friend Nail Beecham, my black onyx necklace and earrings with the sum of $5,000 for my employee Wing Tom, the sum of $15,000 for my cherished secretary Mabel Cratty, the sum of $10,000 beloved husband Diego Valdez, the entirety of my estate, my house, and its contents, with the exception of the bequests above. And then my husband Diego Valdez is not located after the period of 1 year after my death, or is found to be deceased. The entirety of my estate, with the exception of the bequests above, are to be liquidated, and all proceeds of said transactions are to be provided to the Ladies' Protection and Relief Society. Before 1802.
Oh, okay.
Or I mean before 1806.
Yeah.
Interesting. The will.
What's in here?
Earrings.
Oh.
Earrings and
the jewelry.
miscellaneous stuff.
Right. Dearest Elizabeth, I could never
Sully?
really sully that sweet name by
calling you Lizzie.
Lizzie. You shall evermore be Elizabeth, my Elizabeth, the sweet, dear woman who has honored me with her enchanting presence and grace. Tonight, I ride on yet another perilous trip, but always to return to your beloved smile. Until then, please accept this bouquet of gardenias, your favorites, El Diablo.
Aw, that's romantic. Our wedding day. Oh, they got married. How cute. Aww. Oh, I wonder what this was.
Okay.
Oh.
One of these.
On the riddle.
Yay. We can do it.
You can do it.
The middle one messes me up.
Yeah.
Can I just reset it?
Ouch.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just excellent silver coat.
Sitting at your desk?
Well, I guess like. Well, leaning back.
Careful there, this game will kill you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's a rough puzzle.
Oh. I almost want to mess it up just to have to fix it. Mess it all up. That middle one gets in the way. Guess I'll just fiddle around with it. Something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. This is what you do, right? You just hope that something
There's
fixes.
a procedure for doing these like old puzzles, but like I just don't know it.
Oh, there's like there's a solution that solves it every time.
Yeah, I just don't know it. Compound puzzle similar to this, but like it's different because it's different and a bit more complicated too because each square had like seven or something different symbols to choose from. And you had to get a specific combination.
There's that one. It's that one. Oh my goodness. Why?
I don't know what to do.
You just keep clicking on things till something works.
I mean, depending on, you know, random chance is certainly a strategy, but I mean, statistically, after enough clicks, you will get all sums up. But it's just annoying.
Come on, boy. We can't give up.
There's so much money at stake.
The money! Alright. This is tough. Like, this will be the...
Get less units.
Oh, I thought I had it right there. I thought I had it. I'm trying to like isolate it to one side.
There you go. Click.
Whoop.
Wait, do it.
What?
Oh, never mind.
I know, I'm trying to do something so I can do that.
Uh-huh.
But
I thought you did have it.
This is
You got it. Alright.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only for a sliding puzzle.
Alright, sliding puzzle. This is not that last one.
Huh. What? What's supposed to go on what side? Does that connect with that, or does this have to be on the end like that?
It's gotta be a phoenix.
I think I might have these in the wrong spot. I don't know. Yeah, does it work like what? Where are the feathers? Oh, is this like that? Let's see. Okay, this has to be on top. Gosh, this is weird. Something like that, but then this wing has to be on the other side.
There you go.
There we go.
Hey, Ruby.
There's the eye.
Okay. So,
I see the
we're
eye.
pretty much towards the end of the game where the culprit will be revealed, so I need you both to give me your final guess.
Is it just one?
Yes. Every Nancy Drew game usually just has one culprit.
Man.
There might be people that did something bad, but they're not the villain. They just made bad choices.
I mean, setting up an elaborate hoax to make it spooky is suspicious, but I guess it's not necessarily. It doesn't seem to be a lot necessarily implicating her that she's after something in particular. Whereas Lewis lied about what the meaning of gumbo food, and she didn't even know what gumbo food is, which I mean, that doesn't really say anything. It's interesting that Charlie is sleeping here,
Mm-hmm.
but probably not necessarily implicated either.
Vic, what's your guess? Because I don't think Sunny's gonna have a best.
Ghostly laugh.
That sounds like Lewis.
No, that's the sound effect that she plays on the speaker system. Remember, we played it.
Right.
Can we find? I don't remember there being one like that.
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
All right, what are your final guesses?
I don't think it's Rose. No.
Okay.
I doubt it's Rose.
I said I don't think it's Rose.
I said, yeah, no, I doubt it's Rose.
I mean, I'm leaning towards Abby, but Lewis seems more of a culprit, to be honest.
Or it seems like he knows more about this place than he's been letting on.
Yeah.
And if there's really some great treasure here, which just seems more and more likely, I feel like it's Lewis.
So you both think it's Lewis?
I'm half in stance with either Abby or Lewis, because I don't think it's Charlie. I don't think it's Charlie.
Okay, well, final guess? Lewis? Abby?
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those two. That's what I'm feeling.
Sunny? Sunny, it's a game,
Lewis.
please. Okay.
Lewis.
Okay, here we go.
It's stuck.
Everything's stuck.
Gold! And to think I was standing on it all along.
Ha 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 ha. Too bad no one will ever find out about it.
Lewis.
Lewis?
I knew it! There must be over $1 million in here.
I've got to stop him before he gets away.
Oops. Oops.
Oh yeah,
So
that one's
long,
always creepy.
losers.
Oh, wait, I get a second chance, don't worry. Oh, I messed up.
And you just let him get away?
Oh.
There was nothing I could do.
I'm sure there was something you could have done to stop him.
Well, you probably had to act fast and didn't have enough time.
I guess this mystery's solved. Unfortunately, the bad guy got away. This time.
Not this
Gotta
time.
stop him before he gets away.
We're going up the other way.
Yeah, it's just murder.
What? Hey!
And Lewis is caught.
Hey! Get me out of here!
It's potentially lethal.
Dear Bess, I'm just about finished with my renovation work and counting out all of those gold coins. Lewis was behind all of the accidents, hoping to pressure Rose into selling the house so he could find the treasure himself. Although Rose and Abby may not have a legal right to the gold, the bank the coins were stolen from will still give them a reward for finding it. The house also has gotten a lot of publicity with all of the news stories, and the place is booked solid for the first month of its opening. I guess a haunted bed and breakfast with hidden treasures is all the rage these days, even if there are no such things as ghosts. I think. See you soon, Nancy.
Well, case solved, detectives. Great job. You actually got it.
Yeah, I think that they need to have a good sitting down with Abby, though.
Yeah.
About, you know, doing that.
Oh, agreed.
That's just weird. I mean, come on. You're supposed to be helping with renovating. You don't are you really so you know,
weird,
pin up about making ghosts seem real for your spiritual business, whatever it is you run, that you have to go and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
What did you think, Vic?
I like this one a lot.
Did you like it better than the last one?
Yes.
How about you, Sunny? Did you like this mystery better than the TV studio?
It was definitely neat. I don't know. They're pretty equal in my mind.
Pretty equal?
I can both.
At the end of every Nancy Drew game, I'm going to ask you guys how you liked it compared to the previous one, and from that, I'm going to deduce your favorite game. Your favorite journey we went on. So far, Vic liked this one, and Sunny is indifferent right now. He liked both of the games we've done so far.
I like this one. I like it.
I know, I mean, compared to the other one, you like both right now, so there is no true comparison. So we'll find your favorite, though. There'll be one that sticks out to you, I think. But hey, it was a great mystery. Thank you so much for solving it with me, guys.
The real mystery is that we still haven't seen Kristen and Nancy Drew on the same one.
I told you I was in the background. You missed me. I walked right by. Look, I'm in the credits right there. Kristen Willard. I'm right there.
Yeah, playing the role of Nancy Drew.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh yeah, the catchphrase for girls who aren't afraid of a mouse. Next time on Nancy Drew, Treasure in the Royal Tower, we get to go to a castle in Wisconsin. I think you will really like it. It's my personal favorite in the series. Well, one of my top 5. So I look forward to that one with you guys next time. But thank you so much, Sunny and Vic, for being on this detective adventure with me, and I will see you in the next one.
Of course, see ya.
See ya.
Well, there you have it, guys. Case closed. Lewis, of all people, huh? Had to get that gold. Don't miss out on the next Nancy Drew mystery we'll be doing. It's gonna be so fun. Treasure in the Royal Tower. You're not gonna want to miss out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below telling me how you liked this mystery and if you knew who it was. And subscribe to the channel for more videos to come. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Lilbumblebear, and my social medias. Remember, you are special and loved. You are never alone, and you're always welcome to come hang out with me, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, my Discord, wherever you find me. God bless, and thank you, as always, for watching.